truck. Oh, look at that little roadkill right here. That's always good.
Let's scroll back the other way.
Okay.
Oh, that guy's looking at us real close. Let's keep going.
All right.
All right, you just kind of slow down here.
Yeah, I'll slow down a little bit. If anybody's watching, we're at a... Are we talking about where we are? Riverbend Dairy.
I wouldn't give names. Just general location.
General location. We're at a dairy in Tulare. A dairy in Tulare. Looking at some cows. And that truck just like came back out and he's driving behind us now.
Oh, well, let's go then. Let's not.
Okay.
Stick around here. Let's just keep going.
Seems to be coming up on my ass pretty quickly.
Oh, God. Well,
Maybe we'll have a little something live. That'd be great.
Well, he's passing us. Sometimes they just pass us. That's all they're interested in.
I think because they're just trying to go. He's just trying to go faster.
Yeah. Oh, he doesn't like us. I wouldn't engage in somebody who's that aggressive.
I think he's just trying to look, but
yeah, that's cool. We got a lot going on.
No, he's looking at us, trying to see what we're doing.
I would just keep going. Make it right up here.
Yeah, you want me to take it right?
Yeah. Like they seem very defensive.
They don't like people looking at cows.
No.
But they're all out here in the open. What's the problem? How interesting.
I am not really interested in engaging with somebody like that.
No, I don't want to engage with him either, but I mean, who knows? He might follow us around too.
Like, we're not doing anything bad, but let's just see how far this
How
goes.
far he wants to engage. How funny, like as soon as we go live, we pick up a tail. I'll pick up a tail.
Is there looks like there's cows and behind that.
Oh, really?
Right there. So make a little U-turn.
Dead cows right there.
And we'll get a shot of that.
Totally. Get a shot at a bunch of dead cows in the thing.
Okay.
He's still on us.
Yeah, that's all right. You can make a little U-turn.
You want to make a U-turn?
Yeah.
All right.
Make a U-turn right here.
You got it.
Because we got to get a shot at those cows.
We can take a U-turn right now. You got it, dude.
Just wave. No, just if he wants to talk, we can talk. Like, let's pull over and talk here.
All right. You still want to engage?
Well, he gave a friendly smile, so let's see. I'm gonna put your camera down.
Sure.
Or just, I don't know.
Doesn't matter. Well, let's leave it going. I mean,
yeah.
Just like looking at cows.
Yeah.
How are you guys doing?
Doing all right. How you doing?
Good. It was just kind of weird. Like, we don't normally see people with big cameras and headphones going.
Yeah.
What are you guys up to?
Nothing. Just looking at cows, man. Like, she likes to take pictures of cows.
Yeah, especially. Have you had any experience with avian influenza around here?
You know, yeah, I don't know. Where are you guys from?
California.
I'm from Los Angeles.
Los Angeles?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Just normally, like, it just kind of gets us a little.
Yeah.
It's a little different when you have a giant camera and headphones on. It's like, what's going on?
Yeah.
You guys are more than welcome then. Like, we have dairy experts that, like, you guys can go.
I'd love to, we do lots of media stories about the industry and avian influenza. If you have any contacts you could give us, that would be great. We'd love to.
Name?
My name's Crystal Heath.
Crystal Heath.
Yeah, CrystalHeath.
Yeah, just for our employee safety stuff, we just got to get a little.
Yeah.
Like, hey, you know, like,
So avian influenza, and we like to get the lay of the land and see what's going on.
Yeah, so when we drive north, like we've got a conference up north in San Jose, and we just when we're driving through this area, we stop, just drive on the roads and take some pictures of cows, see what's going on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, just as long as you don't pull on the property.
I promise. 100%.
I'm all about biosecurity. We don't pass. We don't go on properties.
Of course.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, I appreciate it, guys.
Yeah, man. Thank you.
Cool. That was nice.
You were the one that didn't want to engage.
I know. It's a little scary at first. So you gotta, you know me. I'm used to not engaging and just leaving.
Yeah, I don't mind. Okay. But I'm gonna follow your lead if you're gonna be worried.
Well,
we'll get you.
Here, so stay tuned. 30 people watching. What are you commenting as far as I can see?
Made it all.
Yeah.
I don't think we're live on Skyjack Morgan either.
Yeah, no.
Usually have a lot more people talking on that channel.
Okay, here we go.
Oh, I can see a dead cow from here.
Yeah. Okay. There we go. No, yeah, don't go. If there's nobody behind us, I wouldn't really leave the road. Yeah, it's sad.
So they put them behind these blinds, so I guess just the rendering truck knows where they are, I suppose.
Yeah, but you can see from the road, for sure.
Yeah. Make sure you get all these birds. Is this a cornfield? I guess that's lime. What is that pile of dust right there?
Yeah, lime maybe?
You're not catching the cow. Turn your right a little bit. There you go.
Oh, thank you.
That's feedback.
Interesting. How do you see? That's me. All right. Well, let's go down past this one up here.
All right. Actually, the guy seems so friendly. It was a little nicer than I thought he'd be. Usually I get rednecks with thick accents. What are you doing around here? Really? Oh, look at all these dead cows right here.
Yeah. Are those? I don't think that's dead cows. I think that's garbage.
Oh, it's just garbage. Okay.
Yeah. My eyes are better than yours.
You are. You do have better eyes than me. It's all those carrots you eat.
All right, you're good at commentary and feeling dead space when there's nothing happening.
Yeah, well, we just went. Yesterday we visited slaughterhouses and some dairies, and then egg producer. One of the egg producers we saw was completely vacant still. We've been going to that one a few times, and it was still completely shut down. I think the last time I was there was back in, I want to say October. And so the fact that bird flu is kind of just, I wonder what they're doing. We're trying to figure out, are they there? Why is it taking so long for them to start up? And then we went back to some of there's another public road that went to the backside of the property, and we saw that there were some buildings that were all sealed up, and it makes me assume that those are back in business. So maybe they're rotating those buildings or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's all speculation. But and then the slaughterhouse, we were over at Manning Slaughterhouse, and there's just a dead cow in the street, and she had a cable.
You can go past and then make a U-turn and drive past
this way. She had a cable tied to her hoof. She had obviously been dragged, and we were able to get close enough where we saw a worker putting her on a forklift and taking her in. But on the other side of so that was on the side of the intake, right? But then on the outside, on the other side, there were all the heads of all these animals and the gut truck with the entrails exiting the building. So the entrails come out the back, and then these giant cardboard boxes filled with just heads and joints of these animals in these plastic-lined cardboard boxes, and it's just a little disconcerting, seeing as how we're supposed to be considering biosecurity all the time, and these animals are just.
That's right.
Yeah, totally open to the birds, to the elements, to people around, dogs and cats, and then we were able to talk with somebody who lived there, with a few people who lived there, and how they felt about it. One lady, she said, man, she had a storage unit right next door, and she said she sees all this carnage all the time, and she's actually thinking about going vegan, which I thought was so funny, because I didn't mention vegan. I didn't say the V word. She said it. I thought that was pretty great. At least maybe the closer you get to these things, the better.
I think we need to do a lot more of just showing up to these places and being welcoming to engage with the community, instead of like a formal protest or demonstration. Just two people showing up with a camera and being willing to talk to people, invited so many people who wanted to share.
Yeah, it went so well. I kind of wish we talked to those. There were some street workers there, some guys working on the street.
Yeah.
And I kind of wish we talked to them. It's
they're also working, and I think they're probably, their employer might not.
Maybe, but I think their employer might have been or some shit.
But still,
yeah.
You don't want to be talking to the media while you're being on an hourly job,
Hay right here. And there's these hay covers in California, we do it kind of weird. In other states, they have these big silos, but here we put the hay under these, but they're not tires.
It's
right.
Yeah.
Those are, but we don't have silos. It's so weird that we do it like this way in California. It's but they're not.
They are tires.
They're chopped up car tires, right?
Yeah.
But see, what happens is that solid, what that is hay underneath that plastic and those tires, and it kind of it sort of cooks them, and the methane kind of cooks inside there, and it almost pre-digests. Now this is a lagoon of sewage. You can smell it. It smells real bad.
Yeah. I mean, this whole town smells.
The whole town stinks, but this is why it all stinks right here. We're at the epicenter.
Go on here.
You don't like being around the smell?
Well, no, there's nothing interesting here.
I thought the bird's swimming in shit. I think
here's a dead cow over here. Stop.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Hold on, how do I get over to where? There you go. See in that distance there? Mm-hmm. I'm there.
Yeah, I see it.
Hold on.
I see it with my eyes. Oh, there you go. Let me reverse?
Yeah, back up a little bit.
There we go.
There
We're
we go, back. All right. I wish you could take pictures at the same time, but oh well.
We can. Where's my camera?
Now let's keep going.
All right.
I mean, no, I don't. Actually, can't I? Maybe.
Well, I guess
stop
we are
right here. Stop.
We are.
Yeah, I guess I can.
We are technically recording through StreamYard, but it's gonna pick up all of the shitty connections and all that.
Okay. Yeah, I'm recording now.
I'll take a picture of here. Here's birds in the feed of the cows.
Plenty of that.
And birds, look at those ducks swimming in the sewage.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll start
All right,
rolling.
keep going.
Yeah, there's those tires right there. How they're.
I also just have this I don't want to be impolite about this.
I was polite, I thought.
No. We were polite, but I think staring is kind of impolite. Okay, let's.
We're just cow lovers, you know.
Go make a left here. Pointing a camera in somebody's face is kind of impolite, and I get that.
Yeah, I guess, but we didn't do that.
No.
Just have to be able to be impolite more often or something. Maybe it's more.
Yeah, I mean, I guess because women, we ask a question and suddenly we're being hostile.
Right, yeah. Why are you being so bossy? It's so funny they call it, it's always past the signs of Riverbend commodities, you know, and it's kind of like, why commodities? They're not commodities. These are all
Well, I
individuals.
don't know if they're talking about their silage or whatever things they have there too. And their manure that they might be selling.
They're young cows right here.
Mm-hmm.
Just like the scale. All right. I always think it must be so shitty to go into the damn, throw your head through this thing in order to eat. Always do these bars in order to eat. It must be so upsetting, you know. It must be just so.
Yeah, look at this guy spraying.
I don't know what's he spraying.
All right, let's keep going here.
Next up.
I gotta get to a supercharger at some point, so.
Got supercharged.
Can you write down supercharger there? Because I can't do it.
Yeah.
Tesla supercharger nearby our location. So let's go to this one.
There's one 16 miles, one 4.5 miles.
I don't know what this one is.
Destination
I've never
charger.
seen that one before. Let's stay away from this place. It's not open 24/7, not a charging place. Okay.
That's good to.
Can you do that again?
Yeah.
I don't want to look at somebody's house.
Supercharger.
Do this one.
I'm going to Visalia.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Just waiting for it to. Okay. Bye, bed. Poor dead cow. So maybe the veterinarian can tell me why they have dead cows right here. Like, what are they dying of?
Well, I don't know what they're dying of, but there's avian influenza still around. And every time I come here, I always see a dead cow there, which we saw before. So.
Crystal always knows the good places to find dead cows.
I know. I don't know why people have such a hard time finding them. You literally come out with me for 5 minutes.
I know.
There's a dead cow.
I guess you just need to know where to look.
Yeah.
Last time I came out here by myself, I didn't. I looked for dead cows, but I didn't know what I was looking for. You know, who knows? I'm not Mr.
Yeah.
I'm not the dead cow whisperer like you. And we did find the last one with a drone. That's kind of.
We can drive by this place real briefly since.
You want to go straight or left?
Yeah, just go straight.
You got it. Sweet. Horses. So some sway-backed horses. So there's some cows over here. Do you want to?
Yeah. Keep going. It's kind of a hard angle to get. There's nothing too interesting there.
No. Oh shit! We're supposed to go.
What?
We're supposed to take a right there.
Oh, I know. No, I know. We're taking a little detour. Don't worry about it. We're going by we're taking the road near the closest to the dairies.
Got it. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to tell.
We can take a U-turn past this next dairy and then head back the other way towards where we were supposed to go. But I just thought I wanted to drive past these ones.
Just tell me when.
Past this dairy up here.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I always think it's weird that on the dairy we see these large cows dead. Like, I mean, I read about how small cows die, that such a giant percentage of them die so young of whatever the cow equivalent to dysentery is. But when I see these large dairy cows dead on the side of the road, I gotta think, I mean, all the statistics are saying, dead in transit. That girl did not die in transit. She didn't die of these baby diseases. What killed her?
Well, some people would say, here, these are like, oh, that looked like a dead cow.
That did look like a dead cow. But
let's make a U-turn.
Yeah. Go ahead. Sorry, buddy.
Do you have somebody behind you? No.
Yeah.
No.
Sorry, there's a speeding Land Rover. He was trying to go real fast, 35 mile per hour zone, but
I don't want to get these people's houses.
Land O'Lakes, here we go.
So the industry people say, like, you have thousands of cows. These are like cities, and every day humans in cities die.
That's true.
So
they do
the
of
big
old
deal?
age. Like these animals
Of old
are.
age.
Yeah.
But the dairy industry would like us to believe that these cows are dying of old age. The truth is, they usually end up culling them at the age of 4 or 5 years old. Keep going straight. It was past here. It wasn't here. Oh, she was just like. There, it looks like a bull.
Oh, man. That's why he's all by himself.
Yeah. All right, keep going. I don't want to go film people's houses.
I always think it's interesting to see what kind of architecture's out here on the home front. Look at this. That's not a house. It's a dairy building.
Yeah.
I always try to wave at them when I drive by. They always wave back. They know I'm good. They know I'm good people.
Yeah. And I wish it wasn't such an adversarial situation, and I wish they didn't feel so defensive, but we just want to show how it is. And it's, we want to bring some transparency into how this is done.
Mm-hmm. So people can make their own decisions, but you need to be educated to make those decisions. This is what bothers me. It's like, well, it's a personal choice. All right, if it's a personal choice, then you should have all the facts. What are you so worried about? If it's a personal choice, then you should know everything you can possibly know before making that decision.
And we shouldn't have to use euphemisms to describe what's happening. We should say kill instead of euthanize. It should just be very matter of fact. But even it seems like just stating how things are, how animals are killed, is viewed as smearing the industry.
Mm-hmm.
And
that's like no other industry is like that, right? Like there's no other industry that I could think of that if you talk about it, it's considered detrimental to that industry.
Well, I think the oil industry, maybe.
I don't know. I mean,
but
not really. I mean, the oil industry, the effect of using oil might be, but the way we extract it from the earth isn't. We talk about it all the time, like fracking. Everyone knows what that is now. Everyone knows that we do these deep sea adventures for oil extraction as it becomes more scarce and all that. Like,
but I was kind of disturbed yesterday when I posted the video of manning beef and the cows. Those look like young cows just sleeping.
They just arrived, I think. I think they just came off the truck.
People were like posting, these people belong in prison.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, the slaughterhouse workers or the people taking the pictures.
The slaughterhouse workers. Yeah. And it's like, no, we can't imprison people who've been led by society to believe that this is important work and necessary. Yeah. Like even the woman who said she was thinking about going vegan because of this. I'm gonna put the camera down and just since we're gonna be headed on your way.
I just don't take that much. I don't just don't take it that seriously because.
But it's not. It's. She's even like, I know that this is necessary, and I think, even though she's saying like she wants to go vegan, she's also saying she knows it's necessary.
Oh, and she said she wants to bomb the place. I know it's necessary, but I want to bomb this place.
But I also want to bomb this place. And it's interesting how that she's just a random person, on the street. Yeah. And it's like these places inspire violence, not only by the people who are working there, but by people observing it, who aren't even animal rights activists or just community members. It's inspiring
people who
them
live nearby
to commit violence. So
or
it's just
feel
this circle of violence.
Hopefully it's not inspiring them to actually commit real violence.
Like that's
feeling, right? That's what I mean. Like I, when people say shit like, oh, I want to kill that slaughterhouse worker, I take it with a huge grain of a huge helping of salt, right? Because I understand like that visceral reaction, right? You see something unjust, you want to do something about it. And the first thing that comes to your mind is that reptile brain. I'm going to do something about it with my fist or with something.
But like we saw that horse vet who kicked that horse, and then he faced all this social media backlash from people who probably eat meat, who probably watch rodeos or
Yeah.
will watch the Kentucky Derby where far worse things are done to horses.
Yeah.
But they are
but
piling on this guy
and pressuring him to the point that he wants to
until he is now dead.
He
and
kills
I don't
himself.
know if he killed himself or what happened, but he's
usually
dead
people
now.
leave their wallet and everything in their car and they disappear and then they find their body later. That's a suicide. I don't think we need to wait for the toxicology report. I mean, people don't do that. Like, you don't leave all your shit in the.
But it's frustrating because, we as animal rights activists have thoughtful ways of how we want to communicate this and resolve this problem, and understanding that it's these systems that create violence, that these people aren't bad people.
Mm-hmm.
And some animal rights activists who've been in the movement for a long time say, well, if people stopped working for this place, then it would end. And I would argue there's always going to be people. Like, there's always going to be people who will eat meat if it's marketed to them, who will take these jobs because they need it. And the idea that we just have to tell everybody not to work at these places and not to eat meat.
That's unrealistic.
It's not, the corporations have so many more resources to get people to eat products produced in this way and to get workers. So I think it's foolish to have this idea that, as long as we...
Yeah.
We shouldn't be attacking the people who eat meat. We should be attacking the workers, because if there's workers there...
What I think is funny is that people say, like, that what we're saying is if we make it unpleasant to work there, people won't work there. But it's like everyone you talk to, they're like, no, it is very unpleasant to work here. No one works here for more than a few months. Like, nobody, it's already very, very unpleasant. And it's always getting more unpleasant because they're eliminating speed limits at slaughterhouses. And so they're risking greater personal injury risk. I mean, it's already really bad. So, like, what are you going to do? You're going to make it even worse? Like, the worker is there because they clearly need money and they don't know where else to get it. No one signs up for that job because they're like, when I grow up, I want to kill animals 8 hours a day, every day. Like, nobody.
Yeah.
I don't think that scenario exists, that there's a 5-year-old with stars in his eyes and all he wants to do is grow up and work at a slaughterhouse. I mean, and no one knows how bad a job is until they do it. Everyone's had that too, where you get a job and you don't know how bad it is until you got it and you're doing it and you're just like, I didn't know I signed up for this.
Stuck there.
Yeah, and you're stuck.
Your job depends on it. Everything.
Mm-hmm. Well, your life, your kids, everything.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But the point, I guess, like, I understand that feeling though. Like, if I just make it more difficult to do these jobs, it'll make it more difficult to get this flesh. It'll make it more difficult to market this and do all the things we're talking about. Just make it more difficult. I understand that completely. But, I don't know. I don't know what that really means. Like, we're going to put them in jail we should put these people in jail.
Yeah.
It's just stupid. It's just dumb.
Whenever you do, I feel like these protests, and every time there's like a attack against the workers there, then that creates this moment of camaraderie. Sort of like you have an army of people and they're fighting back against these unhinged animal rights activists who are uninformed, and that emboldens them almost. It's like, we're doing such important work, and it entrenches them into solidarity. It creates a solidarity.
Yeah, I wish instead of people like going, we should put them in jail, I wish we would say something like, look how victimized this worker is as well. Like, the person doing this, the dude who was putting the cow on the forklift yesterday, when he looked over his shoulder and he looked at me, he didn't look proud of what he was doing.
No.
He wasn't yippee skippy. I can't wait to push this 1,000-pound animal onto a forklift and take her out. Like, he wasn't happy about it.
No.
I felt like he was embarrassed. I think that's really the story of the worker there. It's an embarrassing, undignified crime against his own humanity. Like, you really have to put your humanity on hold to do a job like that.
Yeah.
And it's undignified. When I worked at a restaurant with a butcher, we call him a butcher. Because a lot of animals come into a restaurant whole, and especially like sea life. And all day long he did that job and didn't really talk to anybody. And he was kind of just a different dude than the rest of them, you know. And I think we all kind of understood he had a different life than the rest of us. For 8 hours a day, he processed animals all day long.
Yeah.
Didn't cook, didn't clean, just processed animals all day long. And it was no one wanted his job, you know. He had great job security. he could ask for as much money as he wanted, I think, and we would have paid him. It's a hideous thing we do. I guess I think that's the story about the worker, is that these things, they're just as much a victim. I've gotten a lot of shit for saying that as an activist too, because I'm putting people are going through the same thing as the animal.
Like you have to order the oppression. Like there's a hierarchy.
Right.
The animals matter more. The animals they don't have a voice, so therefore, it's like, no, you can have compassion for all of them.
And this is what I don't get. Like, my compassion is not a finite resource. Now my time is, and I'm not spending as much time fighting for workers' rights as I do for animal rights.
Always,
but like,
it needs to be part of the story.
Totally,
like whenever I'm talking to journalists, I'm like, I want to also connect you also want to connect you to the United Farm Workers. Here's their contact info.
That's a good point.
I encourage you to reach out to them for this story.
Yeah, I guess that's what, that's really what we're talking about. Like, when you meet someone who's like, put that person in jail, kill that slaughterhouse worker, and these people deserved, I'm going to put Temple Grandin in in the chambers and all that. I really feel like, we need to tell better stories, right? That's not the story we want to tell. The story we want to tell is that this system is oppressive at all levels for everyone involved, except for the people at the very, very, very top. And we are all complicit in it, and we need to stop it. We need to rethink the whole system, because it's not working for anybody. Like, isn't that the story that needs telling? Imagine if the United Farm Workers and imagine if all these people got together. Imagine if the slaughterhouse workers who are fighting right now, because they're being deported, they're having all these visa problems, the ones who come legally, the ones they're using slave labor in the form of prison labor, and they're eliminating speed limits, and so the union is becoming powerless. It's really bad news for all of these agricultural workers. Imagine if all those people, the people who have a little bit of collective power, who still have a shred of it, imagine if they were on the side of animal rights and they got together. We could actually...
Yeah, no, I feel like I have a good relationship with the United Farm Workers. We've collaborated before on stories and stuff. So
what about
it's so important.
Yeah.
For the rest,
we need more people doing that.
Yeah, it's like, if you're an animal rights activist who's been at this for years, like, you know a lot about the animal rights movement and our philosophy and how we're going to go about change. I encourage everyone to take some time and think about how you comment on social media posts, and use AI if you need help to have it sound professional, have it be fact-based, don't just scream emotional things in your comments. Like, what information do people need instead of just spewing hate and vitriol? What message would you want to put on a board? And think of that when you're posting on social media. Like, take the time to be thoughtful instead of just saying, go vegan a bunch of times. Is that the message you would put on a billboard, or is there some more thoughtful message that you might want to put?
I was thinking about a new message today. I wanted to, because, man, a couple of weeks ago I was talking about JBS, and we were talking about now all of these animal rights outlets and influencers are talking about how JBS is just, JBS is that Brazilian company who is the largest, I think they're the largest meat packers in America, maybe the world, but they're owned in Brazil now, and they gave $5 million, largest contribution to Donald Trump's inauguration committee, $5 million, and they are now going to be listed on NYSE. And so I was looking at, well, what other controversies have been around? Because I remember, only thing I really remember about them is that they, a lot of Congress people have been super against JBS and Pilgrim's Pride, which is a subsidiary, because they've been implicated several times in worker oppression and like union busting and illegal deforestation of the Amazon. And so I was looking into, well, what were their, I bet you they've gotten subsidies. They're a foreign-owned company, and I want to know, what was their subsidy and indemnity look like? How much money have they gotten from American taxpayers? And of course, and I just did a search for the last 5 years, and of course, it's in the hundreds of millions of dollars that Americans have paid to JBS, a foreign-owned company that's been
Police.
It's highway patrol too. You can't talk your way out of tickets from them.
Betty Drive is the exit. Just FYI.
What's that?
Betty Drive.
It's our next.
Your next exit, yeah.
So on my billboard, I want to have the full tally of how much American taxpayers have paid to JBS, and then this is a Brazilian company who gave Donald Trump $5 million. And that $5 million means that came from you. That was your $5 million.
Couldn't that animals?
You better spend doing basically buying books for kids, anything, literally anything, $5 million. But we gave them hundreds of millions of dollars, and then they siphon money out and they give it back to the politicians. That's the game, right? We pay taxes to the government gives money to these companies, the companies give money to the politicians. What a circle jerk. And meanwhile, like, we're all left out in the cold in these damn companies. We just can't even convince people to stop buying from them.
Yep.
I was looking at also, the type of propaganda these companies use. It's so embarrassing that we all fall for it. Oh, there's a Starbucks here.
And a Subway.
Yeah. How about this one?
Go over there. Or you could do that one if you want to.
I mean, it's just because it's nice and nice and big is all. Hopefully it.
Hilarious.
What?
That's
What's so hilarious?
all right. Should we end the live stream for now?
Yeah, I figure we should end it unless you got something more to say about JBS, the
We'll pick it
propaganda, manufactured consent, dead cows, or bird flu.
Up. Okay.
Wow.
Well, there you go.
Bye, everybody. Thank you. Tune in next time for more video of dead cows and stimulating conversation about the state of the animal rights movement and driving.